Well, I'm taking a moment here with Sven Johnson. Sven owns Manticore Arms, and Manticore produces a bunch of enhancements for Tavor and other rifles. Sven, tell me a little bit about the rifle you've got here and the parts that you provide for it.
Sure. So this is a Tavor X95. It's the newer model of Tavor that IWI US has brought out.
Right.
A little more compact. It's refined from the original one to really shave any excess off of it.
Right. So take me through the specific items that you have here on this X95.
Sure. So we have a couple of original components, or components we designed for the Tavor SAR that also work on this gun. They're interchangeable. Okay. So we have our Luma safety lever.
Yep.
The gun has safety levers, or can have safety levers, on both sides. They ship with a polymer safety lever and a cover plate on the other side with just an arrow on it. So the idea with our safety levers is it's aluminum, so it's stronger. We offer two sizes, a medium, which is kind of like the original one, and a slim one. So usually on your trigger finger side, you can have that on there. You have a safety on both sides, but the safety doesn't get in the way of your trigger finger. It doesn't create a bump on it.
Right.
So the other one we have that works on both guns is our gasketed port cover.
Right.
So a lot of companies do offer port covers for guns.
Yeah.
This is a little different though, because we actually have a piece of metal on the inside and outside. And in addition to that, from the name, there's a gasket. We make a custom gasket that goes in there.
Right.
So when you crank those two together with the screws that are included,
yeah,
what it actually does is compresses the gasket so you don't have gas blowing out here.
Right.
One of the few things with a bullpup, especially if it's suppressed,
yeah,
is you'll get some gas and powder coming out of the port, which is right under your nose.
Back pressure. Yeah, sure.
Right. So it's a little bit of a oof when you shoot it. And,
right.
So we do that, and then that helps with the gas seal. We also have a QD pocket in it to give you another location.
Yeah, for a single point, I think that would be a little bit better place to have it, so you're not getting so much flop as it's hanging on you.
Right.
Now, tell me about the other items on this gun that you make.
Sure. So this is brand new. This is our Overwatch medium length top rail. Now we do offer this for the original Tavor SAR. However, the X95 has a very different profile here where the rail interfaces.
Yep.
So we actually now have a cover plate right here that comes with the rail. It's all actually bolted together when you receive it, purchase it from us. That works specifically with the X95 to seal off everything, to look good with the lines of the gun, and blend in. So that allows you to have our rail here. And the point of our rail is the Israelis actually, most their optics made over in Israel, the rail is very low on the gun, and their optics are actually typically about a half-inch taller from the base of the optic to the wherever the reticle is, or red dot. Most of the optics in the U.S. are based around the AR-15 platform. So we just raised the rail up so that now it's comfortable. Some people are fine with the original rail, but once again, this gives you the option if you need a little more riser height. We found maybe 60–70% of people are finding it a little more comfortable. Gets your optic up, and you know, also the original rail comes out to here, and we've cut this back. We'll eventually offer a full-length one, but the idea is, a lot of people, you don't really need all that length. You still got room to get some backup sights and your optic on there. It's enough to get the the job done, or just go plain optic.
Now, last but not least, tell me about the butt pad, because I know that's something you do for the original and for this gun, and talk a little bit about the length of pull issue with bullpups.
Right. So I guess to start with the length of pull issue, bullpups, because your magazine is back here, your action's basically right underneath you instead of having the dead space of a stock and a stock tube or whatever. Because of where the action is, and due to the necessary spacing from the magazine well to the back of the grip, and just the mechanics of getting everything in, typically you'll find the length of pull ends up being 14 or 15 inches. Some people find that long. Now with the bullpup, because of the point of balance, it's not terrible, but it's still pretty long, especially, even if you're in the military or law enforcement, you're wearing body armor, you've now got even more thickness to deal with.
Sure.
So what we've found is that a lot of people want to reduce that length of pull. Because of the U.S. laws and the minimum length requirement on the Tavor and the X95, the Tavor SAR and the X95, the gun has to be at least 26 inches or longer, and because of the rather short overall length of a bullpup, with a 16-inch barrel, the original butt pad on here actually comes straight down. Same thing with the Tavor. So what we found is you end up with a pretty long butt pad. The original OEM one for the machine gun version of the guns actually is a very thin piece here.
Sure.
But this is to accommodate that without putting a 20-inch barrel and some other requirements that would be painful to manufacture.
Right, right.
So, long story short, with the original Tavor, I found the butt pad was really built for somebody wearing body armor with some weird angles on it. We kind of curved it so it would fit your shoulder pocket better. Also allowed you to shave about 1 inch of length off the original Tavor SAR.
Right.
And as soon as this gun came out, everybody said, "Are you going to do one for this gun?" Because with this coming straight down, it's almost a 3-inch thick butt pad. I mean, it's really meant to pad out the gun, literally,
right,
to get you that minimum 26-inch length.
Yeah.